everybody, and thank you for being with me today. I want to speak today to you about the claim that believers make that allegedly God created the universe and everything that is in it out of nothing. When talking about the characteristics of God, they say that God is omnipresent, omniscient, all powerful, etc., etc. In addition to that, by their definition, God allegedly is eternal, and I want to stress and repeat on the word eternal, and particularly for this video, infinite. Again, that God is infinite and eternal. And then we have their claim that God created the universe ex nihilo, which is a Latin term meaning out of nothing. And I want to give you some food for thought. This is a logical contradiction, and I will explain why. Now, a lot of Christians, believers in general, because this is valid for pretty much any God for whom it is claimed that this God is eternal and infinite. And so it's very simple. This is simple logic. They say, and there are two issues here, two very major issues. First one would be, if God created everything, the universe, etc., out of nothing, and then we claim they claim that the universe, God was infinite, fulfilling all, eternal. There's no end to him, there's no beginning to him. And God is everything, believers claim. So how exactly does he create something out of nothing? Because practically and basically, God had everything, because God is everything and infinite, eternal. He fulfills everything there is, there has been, there had been, etc., etc. So how exactly does he create everything, the universe, out of nothing? Because he had everything, each and every material, tool, knowledge, whatever, to create the universe. So the one logical conclusion would be that God is nothing, because he created the universe himself and out of himself. And so if he created the universe out of himself, then they claim that he created the universe out of nothing, then by way of logic, God is nothing. Literally, God is nothing. So again, God had everything at his disposal according to the concept of God in the religious books, and I'm speaking more particularly and more specifically about the Bible, but like I said, this is valid for each and every religious book that claims that their God is infinite and eternal. There's absolutely no way that you can claim that he created something out of nothing when he had everything possible and imaginable to create that something. So these are two mutually exclusive statements, and the laws of thought and laws of logic debunk that, totally debunk that claim. And the second major issue that I wanted to talk to you about is the concept of nothing. Because there's no one person in this world that can give you an example of nothing. Think about it. There is no one person in this world that can give you an example of nothing. Nothing does not exist. And nothing is not something. God, the way believers explain or make their claims is that God was there and he just made use of the nothing that was around him and made something. But if we say that he made use of the nothing that was around him, the nothing automatically becomes something because it existed. So if God made something out of nothing, that nothing must have been available to him. And if nothing had been available to him, then it existed, and it's kind of a something. But there was no void. In the beginning, they say it was only God that existed. But if it was only God that existed and nothing else, then where could he have taken the nothing from to make the something, the universe? You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people would talk about nothing as if it's something, and nothing, it's not something. And like I said, no one in this world can give you an example of nothing. So there's no way that God could have made something out of nothing where he was everywhere and he was fulfilling everywhere there was, and he was the only thing that existed. Because our brains are so wired so as, they cannot understand first